Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In this episode we're going to take a little look at the Ransomes Marquis Mark IV fuel tap, which is leaking as you saw in my last video. I have bought some corks for it and I was undecided whether I could actually overhaul these, and it appears that you can. So I've done a bit of research and hopefully we're going to do that today. If this is the first time looking at Micks Mowers, check out the old subscribe button, whack the old bell and set notifications to all, and don't forget to leave your old thumbs up on your way in or on your way out. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's check out this Ransomes Marquis Mark IV fuel tap. Now, to be fair, there's not a lot of videos on these little fuel taps. Although it now feels quite a lot of friction that I know there's not. So what you need to do is get a little tiny Phillips screwdriver. Now I had to put this in the vise initially just to get it to loosen up. So you have to go a bit careful because this is original. I'm trying to keep this machine as original as I possibly can. So there's a little tiny flat-headed screw here which I've had off once now. I had to put it in the vise and give it a bit of a tap. Put that on one side, and then that will then withdraw this little contraption, and there's your cork. Now I know that there's not enough friction there. Although that cork has come back a touch, there's not enough and it's leaking, it's damaged. So what I've done is I managed to purchase myself a set of corks for this, and what I'm hoping is, it said universal because I think what the idea is you take one off. They're all the same diameter. These are all exactly the same, and you take this apart and you put this on, and then you have to sand this down to your relevant size. I dare say you can actually buy them complete for what you need, but these are all the same diameter. It's just literally just bits of cork being cut up, you see. So what we have to do is remove this old cork. Now I was under the impression that spins off, but it doesn't. What we've got to do is there's a pin here which you have to punch out, which we're going to put in the vise. And do that, and it says pull on, so you pull it out for your fuel to go on and push it in to turn it off. So that cork has come back a touch, but it's not as good as what it was, so I'm going to replace it. So we'll go to the vise, put this in the vise, and then we'll try and punch this little pin out. Right, I've got you zoomed up in the air, so hopefully you'll get a good picture of this. I don't want to go too close. So the idea is you put this into a vise. You don't actually pinch it, you just put it in there so it's well seated in. It doesn't bend over, so that's actually loose in the vise, okay? And then with a punch, go on top of a little tiny centre hole and punch that pin out. Go a bit careful because this punch is probably just a little bit too big. Let me get a slightly smaller one. I have got a smaller one. There it is. And gently. There she blows. So that's come out. Let me just pick that piece up. That's the piece we want. And as you can see now, that cork will now just slide straight off of that shaft. So let's go back over the bench and we'll put the new cork in. Okay, so here's all our bits. And as you can see, let's pick the best one out of the lot. About the same length. It's a bit shorter. It is quite a bit bigger, quite a bit. Will that fit into there? No, it won't. So what we need to do is, once we get it on, is just literally just take a sample of it off, maybe just with a bit of sandpaper, and just literally just take a couple of bits off of this. So I may do it now. Let me grab a bit of sandpaper, which I have here. And all I want to do, I don't want no flat edges really, if I can help it. This might be a little bit too coarse for this. just want to take a little bit off. If you've got a belt sander, I think you'll be laughing. I don't have one. I've got a Dremel tool, which will probably help, but it's very soft material, so you haven't got to give it too much physic. So just sand that back a bit. That then goes in all the way to there. So that's now on. They do recommend a little bit of oil or grease just to help supplement it. Also a bit more really. So just a bit more machining away on this cork. You don't take too much off, because you take too much off, then it's going to leak. Now it's going to be quite stiff originally to get it to work, but you know, the less material you take off the better. So just do it in bits. Just do it in bits and pieces. Just take your time with it. Just running these edges on the front. So you can buy these for around, you know, do you know what, the original ones are about 25 quid. Copies are about 15 to 20 quid, somewhere in there. So it, you know, it pays. I got these corks for about £6. That does pay to do it yourself. I reckon that ain't far out. I reckon that'll go. What do you reckon? That ain't far out. Just wants another sliver. So just keep machining away. It's a bit tricky. A Dremel tool will probably work quite well, but I think with a Dremel tool you'll be quite inclined to take quite a bit off. And the best way I've found is just literally just to run the sandpaper around as you go. You zoomed in quite a way, so you be careful, make sure you're getting all this. And some of you guys may not think this is an interesting video, but for those of you that are into, you know, machining and making stuff, then this is what we have to do to get things to work. I reckon that's going to be about a lot. I reckon that's going to be about there. Okay, so now what we need to do is put this back onto a vise, and we need now to tip this upside down and then punch this back through. So let's go and do that. Okay, back on the vise, and this time what we're going to do is, instead of having it that way up, we're going to have it this way up, and we're going to very, very gently tap the front of this this here. And all we want to do is do it in stages. It's only brass, you don't want to bend it. Take your time till you actually see that come back through. It's starting to come through the main part now. Here it comes. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, that's it level, but now what we want to do is push it slightly over. So put it just over the bridge of the vise and then lock it into place, and that's it. That's as far as it was before. You sort of hear a shoulder going. That's it. It's changed noise. So that's how you replace one of those. Let's now see if we can't get it to fit inside this this fuel tap assembly. Right. So we have the cork now in place. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of oil. You might not see this on screen. Just a little tiny bit of oil in a cap. This is just SEA 30 oil. That's all it is. I'm just going to wet it with my finger, and just put it on that cork. Now, the idea of this cork is to start to swell. And when it starts to swell, it will stop with fuel. Hello, Riley boy. It'll start to... yeah, I'm good. How are you? Good lad. I'll put a little bit of oil just around the seat of this this tap as well. Okay. I think I need to get a new one of these. This was white when I got it. You know me for getting down and dirty. Let's move it all out the way, so that's clear. Drain that off. And then we need to make sure that the groove lines up. Now there's a bolt hole here, and there's a little tiny sleeve here, and that's where the nut bolt goes in. So let's now just gently ease that into place. It's gone. And we're going to put our little tiny screw in, just pull it out a touch, and we'll fit that screw in. do it up tight. And now, oh, if I can get the move, I can't. I might be too tight. It's going to be tight fit, I know it is. It's going to be really tight just to begin with. There it goes. And that's the oil now working away. It just, by sliding it backwards and forwards, it'll start to form its own shape within it. I just want to do that up. Don't want to lose that little tiny screw. It shouldn't lock off. It should just stop it from falling out. There you go. That's better. That's better. And that's it. And that's how you do one of those. So we've gone from this little old bit of cork to this. And you can see the size difference. But just by machining it down slightly, just so it fits inside here, that's perfectly achievable. And that's now got a decent amount of drag on it. And that will do a job. Now, for best results, that needs to go back onto a tank to have some petrol put in it for the cork to swell. And when a cork will swell, it will be a bit stiffer, but over time, over use, it will operate correctly as it should do. I've got enough corks there for about another 10 years, so that's cool. I'll put them up out of the way. I need to file those out of the way so I know exactly where they are for later on. And this is an original tap for this mower. It's got my D numbers on it. I don't really want to sand it back unless I have to. Let's have a look, see what it says. I'll clean it too much, it'll probably fall apart on me. It's got a part number. For those you want to look this part up. Part number 342560. There you go. Little fibre washer on top. As you see, that is now very stiff. That's as it should be. And that's how you take one of his fuel taps apart to refurbish it. Right, and there you go. That's how you do one of those little fuel taps. And they're the same for Suffolk Punches, Ransomes Marquis, Dennis's, Atco's, whatever you like. They're all pretty much the same. You can buy, and I have bought one for the Suffolk Super Punch, because that one had a plastic one which is no good, and I have replaced it with another plastic one. I can't find a brass one for good money, so that will be coming up very soon. I've got to get around that up and running again. But the tap for the Ransomes Marquis is now up and running. Just waiting for some bits and pieces for that Ransom to come in. I'm going to be repairing the carburettor with some kind of metal amorite or aridite stuff. I've been told to use that or the aluminium brazing rods, but the aluminium brazing rods do have an issue apparently when you heat up the carburettor because of the material it's made of. They don't like being heated up apparently, so you need to go a bit careful because the carburetors are getting a bit sparse on those. I don't really want to be breaking anything up. I'm still on the hunt for a Ransomes Marquis Mark IV BSA sloper engine exhaust pipe, which is a round one like a hockey puck. If anyone has one or can find one, don't mind buying it, even if it's brand new, second old stock or whatever. I don't mind paying for it, but literally I cannot find one and I need one. So I'm relying on you guys to find me a Ransomes Marquis Mark IV hockey puck style exhaust. And we do a new one which is called an eyelid, I think it's called. I don't want that, I want original. So if you can find that, that'd be fantastic. If you enjoyed this video of Micks Mowers, hit the old thumbs up, give it a good thumbs up, show appreciation for the channel, hit the old subscribe button, whack the old bell and set notifications to all. Leave all your comments down below, and any links if you find the exhaust pipe for me, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, more importantly, take her easy.